There is a silent heartbreak that no one talks about. It is not when someone leaves you. It is when you leave yourself to keep someone else. You smile when you are hurting. You agree when you want to say no. You shrink so the relationship can feel big. You silence your needs so love can feel peaceful. And slowly, quietly, you disappear. You tell yourself this is what love requires. Sacrifice, compromise, patience, endurance. But there is a difference between compromise and self-abandonment. And if you are not careful, you will wake up one day next to someone you love and feel like a stranger to yourself. Listen carefully. Love should never cost you your identity. You were a whole person before you met them. You had dreams, opinions, boundaries, preferences. You had a voice. Marriage is not meant to erase that. It is meant to refine it, strengthen it, grow it. But too many people believe that loving someone means dissolving into them. It does not. Loving someone without abandoning yourself is one of the most powerful skills you will ever learn. And one of the most difficult. Because your heart wants connection. And your fear wants security. And sometimes your fear convinces you that losing yourself is the price of keeping love. It is not. Real love does not ask you to shrink. It does not demand you betray your values. It does not reward you for silence while you slowly suffocate. But let us be honest. You did not wake up one day and decide to abandon yourself. It happened in small moments. You ignored the first red flag because you did not want to seem dramatic. You swallowed the first hurt because you did not want conflict. You canceled your plan because they seemed disappointed. You laughed at a joke that disrespected you. You stopped dressing the way you liked because they had a preference. You stopped speaking up because it led to tension. And little by little, you taught them how to treat you. Not because they are evil, but because you trained them to believe you would always adjust. Now hear this. Your flexibility is beautiful. Your empathy is powerful. Your willingness to love deeply is rare. But without boundaries, those same qualities will destroy you. Loving someone does not mean agreeing with everything they say. It does not mean absorbing every mood they have. It does not mean becoming their emotional punching bag. It does not mean carrying the entire relationship on your back. You are not responsible for another adult's emotions. You are responsible for your own. And when you take responsibility for your own needs, you actually create healthier love. This is the part many people do not understand. They think boundaries push love away. They think saying no will cause rejection. They think having standards will scare someone off. But boundaries do not destroy love. They reveal whether it is real. A person who loves you will not resent your growth. They will not mock your standards. They will not punish you for speaking your truth. They may not always agree, but they will respect. Respect is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is steady. When you abandon yourself, respect quietly leaves the room. And when respect leaves, resentment moves in. Resentment is slow poison. You will not notice it at first. But one day you will feel irritation in simple conversations. You will feel distance in simple moments. You will feel anger over small things. Not because you stopped loving them, but because you stopped loving you. Here is a hard truth. If you do not show up as your full self in your marriage, your partner cannot truly love you. They can only love the version you present. If that version is edited, filtered, minimized, then the love you receive will always feel incomplete. You cannot blame someone for not honoring boundaries you never communicated. You cannot expect understanding from silence. Your voice matters. Your dreams matter. Your comfort matters. Your mental health matters. And yes, your happiness matters. Loving someone without abandoning yourself means you choose connection without sacrificing identity. It means you can say, I love you, and also say, this does not work for me. It means you can compromise without collapsing. It means you can support without self-erasing. This requires courage, because the moment you begin showing up differently, the dynamic will shift. If you have been the peacemaker, the overgiver, the one who always bends, people may resist your change. They may say you have changed. And you have. You are remembering who you are. Growth can feel like rebellion to those who benefited from your silence. But do not let that stop you. Marriage is not about losing yourself. It is about two whole people building something together. Two whole people, not one whole and one half. Not one loud and one silent. Not one fulfilled and one drained. Two whole people. You deserve a relationship where you can breathe. Where you can express discomfort without fear. Where you can disagree without punishment. Where you can pursue your goals without guilt. Love should feel safe, not suffocating. Here is something powerful. When you stop abandoning yourself, you teach your partner how to love you properly. You show them your limits. You show them your needs. You show them your standards. And if they are mature, they will rise to meet you. If they are not, you will finally see clearly. Either way, you win clarity. Clarity is freedom. Some of you watching this have been tired for a long time. Not physically tired, emotionally tired, tired of over-explaining, tired of overcompensating, tired of trying to keep peace at the cost of your own. You were never meant to carry that alone. Love is partnership. It is shared effort, shared responsibility, shared growth. If you feel alone in a marriage, something is off. And sometimes the first step to fixing it is finding yourself again. Start small. Speak up about something minor. Say no to something you genuinely do not want. Ask for help instead of automatically doing it yourself. Express how something made you feel without apologizing for having feelings. You will feel uncomfortable at first. That discomfort is growth. You have been trained to equate silence with safety. Now you are learning that authenticity is safety. And authenticity builds intimacy. Intimacy is not just physical closeness. It is emotional transparency. It is being seen. And you cannot be seen if you are hiding pieces of yourself. Some people fear that if they show their full truth, their partner will leave. But consider this. If your truth makes someone leave, were they loving you or controlling you? Real love can handle truth. Real love can handle boundaries. Real love can handle growth. It may require adjustment. It may require difficult conversations. It may require humility on both sides. But it will not require your disappearance. You do not have to choose between love and self-respect. You can have both. In fact, the healthiest marriages are built on both. When you respect yourself, you make better choices. You stop tolerating disrespect disguised as jokes. You stop excusing neglect as busyness. You stop normalizing emotional distance. You begin to ask for more. Not more gifts, not more grand gestures, more presence, more partnership, more honesty. And here is something beautiful. When you stop abandoning yourself, you become more attractive. Not just physically, energetically. Confidence is magnetic. Clarity is magnetic. A person who knows their worth moves differently. They love freely, but they do not beg. They give generously, but they do not drain themselves. They forgive wisely, but they do not ignore patterns. That balance is powerful. If you have been living in self-abandonment, do not shame yourself. You likely learned it somewhere. Maybe as a child you were rewarded for being easy. Maybe you learned that love had to be earned. Maybe you watched someone sacrifice everything for a relationship. But you are allowed to rewrite that story. You are allowed to say, I can love deeply and still choose myself. Choosing yourself does not mean you love your partner less. It means you love yourself enough to show up honestly. And honesty is the foundation of lasting marriage. Without it, everything becomes performance. You perform being okay. You perform being satisfied. You perform being unbothered. But performance is exhausting. Authenticity is freeing. If this message resonates with you, pause and ask yourself one question. Where have I been abandoning myself? In communication, in intimacy, in decision-making, in career choices, in family boundaries. Awareness is the first step. And then comes action. Not aggressive action. Not dramatic ultimatums. Consistent action. Small changes repeated over time. You will stumble. You will sometimes fall back into old patterns. But every time you choose your voice over silence, you strengthen your identity. And here is what happens over time. Your partner begins to see the real you. Your relationship becomes more honest. Arguments may increase at first, but they will become healthier. Because now they are based on truth, not suppression. And eventually, peace will not be something you force. It will be something you experience. Because peace built on silence is fragile. Peace built on mutual respect is strong. You are not too much for wanting reciprocity. You are not selfish for having boundaries. You are not difficult for asking to be heard. You are human, and healthy love honors humanity. As you continue in your marriage journey, remember this. You are not called to lose yourself in love. You are called to grow within it. The right partner will not fear your growth. They will grow with you. And if you are both committed, you will both learn how to love better. But it starts with you. With your awareness, with your courage, with your decision to stop disappearing. Imagine a marriage where you can sit at the table as your full self. Where your opinions are welcome. Where your emotions are respected. Where your dreams are supported. That marriage begins the moment you decide to stay present with yourself. Do not abandon yourself to keep someone. If someone requires your silence, your shrinking, your suffering, that is not love. Love should expand you. It should make you feel stronger, more secure, more alive. You deserve a marriage where you can stand tall, not tiptoe. You deserve connection that feels safe, not conditional. And the journey toward that begins today. Not by changing them, but by remembering you, by honoring your needs, by protecting your peace, by loving without self-betrayal. You can love deeply. You can commit fully. You can fight for your marriage, and still refuse to disappear. That is strength. That is maturity. That is real love. And when you master that balance, You do not just save your relationship. You save yourself. And that changes everything.